I think one of the things that people struggle with is like, yes, I get it. Everything you're saying, Corey, is so right. But I don't know how to dial it in adequately because, I've got these three different clients that are in three different industries. And, one's a 50-year-old executive and one's a 23-year-old TikToker. And, they're all over the place and they're really struggling to kind of pick. What advice do you offer to those folks?
Sure. So that's a super simple one for me. So it kind of comes back to what we were talking about before and me realizing that being a fine artist was an asset in the business world. It's number one, identifying what makes you different, because that's what's going to help you stand out from all the other competition in your market. Mm-hmm. Right. And then the other thing too is understanding, okay, with what you offer that's different, what problems is it that you're solving for people within that niche that you are best equipped to solve, right? So if you're picking between three different niches, guaranteed there's one of them based on your prior, whether it be life experience, your education, your certifications, your work experience, you're better suited to solve their problem because you have some kind of experience and expertise to bring to it. Mm-hmm. You always want to go the path of least resistance because that's going to be the path that you are the most confident.
Just to play devil's advocate for a second, something that I see sometimes is people say, okay, what I have tons of experience in is, let's just say, helping coaches build $2,000 websites, but it's kind of driving me crazy because it's not a lot of money and they're high maintenance. I really want to get into, I don't know what, I have some mid-sized businesses that spend 25 grand on their website, for example. Mm-hmm. And so they're sort of stuck between kind of what they're used to comfort wise and where they think they need to go. And I think that notion of go where you're confident and where you're going to knock it out of the park is great. But at the same time, you're sort of the perfect example of, well, at some point you decide you don't want to do that anymore. You want to go do something uncomfortable.
Yeah, no. So here, and I love this example too, because this is great to kind of like coach through, right? So in that example, I would ask the web designer, like, okay, well, what about the service that you're offering the coaches? What makes you dynamic that you enjoy doing as part of that service? Is it the fact that you're doing it in 24 hours? Is it the fact that you're delivering on a certain type of copy? Like, what is it that made you in demand mm-hmm. for that specific niche? Right. And then from there, once they're able to identify that, then they need to see, okay, well, based on, working with, mid-level businesses at a certain, revenue cap, what problems do they have, or which industry, again, kind of niching down further, which industry most likely needs that problem solved that I effectively deliver on?
So if it's, hey, I do this in 24 hours, you go out to very fast-paced businesses that are always launching new things or whatever.
Great example of this. So you have a lot of larger organizations that they need sales pages on the fly, or they're running different promotional offers and they're doing funnels and stuff like that. That's a great way to pivot that same experience, because if you're doing $2,000 websites for coaches, they're generally a 2 or 3 page site. So it's taking the same framework of what you offer and you do best, but solving a different problem with it.